na students? So after the lesson coal and petroleum, our next chapter will be combustion and flame. Students, before we go to start this lesson, so an important note for you. Hope you have completed the lesson of the coal and petroleum and be ready for the correction of that lesson on Wednesday. Alright? So let's move on to this lesson. Students, you know, in the substances that we use in our daily life, there are some substances which can be burnt and there are some substances which cannot be burnt also. For example, there are paper. We can burn paper, right? But we cannot burn a glass like a window glass. So why is this? We can burn some substances and some substances cannot be burned. So why and what do we call the process of burning? So because the substances have been divided into combustible and non-combustible. So combustible means they can burn, whereas non-combustible means they cannot burn. And to understand this still more better about the combustible substances and non-combustible substances, first we need to understand about combustion process. So let us see what is this combustion. So a combustion, a chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion, and the substance that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible. It is also called as a fuel. So combustion is a chemical process, okay? A chemical process in which a substance reacts with the substance. So the substance will react with the oxygen to give off heat. So a chemical process in which a substance will react with the oxygen. Here oxygen means air. Okay. So a substance will react with the air to give off heat, and here it can also give heat and also light. Okay. So if you take a substance and if that substance, if it react with the oxygen to give heat and light, such kind of substances are called, that process are called combustion, and the substance will be called it as combustible substance. So the substance, for example, for the combustion, if you burn a paper, right? So if we are burning the paper, if we need to burn the paper, we will lit a matchbox, and if we apply the fire to the paper, it will starts burning. That burning process is nothing but the combustion. And when do burning happens? Burning or combustion can take place only in the presence of air, isn't it? So if there is no air, no oxygen, then combustion will not happen. If there is no air, combustion will not happen. So to happen the combustion process or the burning process, there must be the presence of air, that means oxygen. And as soon as the combustion process happens, it will give the heat and also light. So that process is called combustion. Now, it is a chemical process. Why combustion is called a chemical process? Even light can be light, the burning, so a glowing light, even that can produce heat and light. But the bulb or the light, it will not be considered as the combustion. Why? Because that is the electrical process. So glowing of the bulb on switching on the socket, so the bulb glows and it will produce, after some time it will produce heat also, and it also gives the light also. But the bulb is not considered as combustible substance because that is the electrical process. And this is burning, it is a chemical process. Got it, students? So, and what are the substances that are going under this chemical reaction? So, the substance that is used for burning, that substance will react with the oxygen. So, these two will react to each other and finally they will produce the heat and light. That process is called combustion. Okay, students? So, now next, combustion. The substance that undergoes combustion and the substance that is being burned, that is being combustible, that kind of substance is called combustible. Okay. So it is also called as fuel, and these combustible substances are also called as fuel. Now here fuel, don't consider it as only the liquid substance. Here you can take the fuel, it might be as a solid The fuel can be solid, liquid, gases, or even sometimes the fuel might also be the light also. Okay, students. So combustion, a chemical process in which a substance reacts with the oxygen to produce heat and light is called combustion process, and the substance that undergoes combustion, that undergoes burning, is called combustible substances, and the combustible substances are also called as fuel, and the fuel might be solid, liquid or gases, and even sometimes it will also be the light also. Okay, so this is about the combustion process. So next is ignition temperature. What is this ignition temperature? See, the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire is called ignition temperature. So it's the lowest temperature at which a substance catches fire. For example, students, if we want to burn a paper, so just with a small matchstick, we can take the matchstick, and if we just rub it on the matchbox and if we lit the paper, it will catch us fire as soon as it has been lit with a matchstick, right? But if we want to burn the wood, so if we take that similar matchstick and if we lit that matchstick to the wood means stick, a big stick. So does it will catch fire? Does it will start burning in the same way how the paper has burned? No. So paper has different temperature to get burned, and whereas wood it has its own temperature to get it burned, and that temperature, so different substances will require different temperature to get started burning. So that minimum temperature is called as ignition temperature. So ignition temperature means the lowest temperature, minimum temperature, the lowest temperature to which a substance catches fire is called as ignition temperature. And there is one more word, inflammable substances, which is related to the ignition temperature. What is this inflammable substances? The substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire with a flame are called inflammable substances. So in the world there are some substances also which with a small fire sparkle also they can catch us fire. Such kind of substances are called such kind of substances are called inflammable substances. So even with a small spark of a heat or light or fire, with a small spark they can catch fire, and such kind of substances are called inflammable substances. Example, petrol, alcohol, LPG, that is liquid petroleum gas used in your houses, and so on. So these are all the inflammable substances. So and hence you might have seen at a petrol bunk. So there will be a instructed note that inflammable substance. So smoking is not allowed, inflammable substance. They had written something like that, right? You might have observed if you have visited a petrol bunk. So why? Because even with a small lit or a small fire sparkle, the petrol will catch us very easily the fire and starts burning very soon and very horrible also. And hence we must not use any kind of fire sparkle or burning materials near the petrol bunk. So to understand this combustion process, the ignition temperature and the inflammable substances, we have to conduct some of the activities, and we will understand this still more better in a video graphical way. Have a look at this. So students, combustion and flames. Students, to understand better about the combustion process, first we should recall about the combustion process, that when and how it has got started. Let us see. In the Stone Age, people never knew the use of fire. They used to eat raw food. It was by accident that they found by rubbing two stones fire can be produced. They found that cooked food tastes better. Slowly, they started using the dried twigs, kerosene, coal and gas to make fire. These on burning not only produce heat but also light. Burning of a substance to give heat and light is called combustion. So students, recall what is combustion process? A chemical process in which a substance reacts with oxygen to give off heat is called combustion. And the substance that undergoes combustion is said to be combustible, and it is also called as a fuel. And do remember, the fuel may be solid, liquid or gas. Sometimes light is also given off during combustion, either as a flame or as a glow. Let us conduct an activity of the burning of the magnesium. So magnesium burns to form magnesium oxide and produces heat and light. So let's perform a similar activity with a piece of charcoal. It's the activity of your textbook, figure number 10.1, burning of magnesium. Magnesium burns to form magnesium oxide and produces heat and light. We can perform a similar activity with a piece of charcoal. Hold to a piece with a pair of tongs and bring it near the flame of a candle. So what do you observe? We find that charcoal burns in air. We know that coal too burns in the air, producing carbon dioxide, heat and light. So materials of combustible. So like straw, matchstick, kerosene oil, paper, iron nails, stone pieces, glass, etc. So all these will burn, and hence those are called combustible. So if the combustion takes place, then that will be considered as combustible substances. If not, then it will be considered as non-combustible substances. So combustion, recall again, is a chemical reaction which produces heat and light. Example, so one more example, heated magnesium ribbon. If it is heated in presence of oxygen, it will produce heat and light, and the equation will be magnesium when reacted with oxygen, it will produce magnesium oxide with heat and light. And the chemical reaction will be 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO plus heat and light. So when paper, cloth or wood comes into contact with fire, it burns. And such kind of substances will be called as combustible substances. But if it tried with a glass or spoon, they do not catch as fire, and hence they are called as non-combustible substances. So the substances which does not burn when brought into the contact of fire, they are called as non-combustible substances. So lit a candle in a glass tumbler and observe what happens. It burns for a little while and then it will just get off. The candle burns off by taking the oxygen of air. Once the oxygen is put out, like nitrogen, carbon dioxide do not support combustion. This principle is made use of electric bulbs which are filled with non-combustible gases like nitrogen and argon to prevent the filament from burning. It is not only the oxygen which support combustion, but oxides of nitrogen and chlorine also supports combustion. So next is ignition temperature. A substance that catches fire very easily is said to have a low ignition temperature or kindling temperature. And they are also called as inflammable materials. Cooking gas, petrol and white phosphorus have low ignition temperature. Materials like wood and coal have high ignition temperature. The ignition temperature of the material can be defined as, just recall, as the lowest temperature at which it catches fire. So let us perform an activity. And students, this is the activity of your textbook 10.4, figure number 10.5, heating water in a paper cup. Make 2 paper cups by folding a sheet of paper. Fill one of those 150 ml of water in one of those. Keep both the cups separately near the candle. What do you observe? If we continue heating the cup, we can even boil the water in the paper cup. The heat supplied to the paper cup is transferred to the water by the conduction. So, In the presence of water, the ignition temperature of paper is not reached. Hence, it does not burn. The substances which have very low ignition temperature and can easily catch fire are called inflammable substances. Example of inflammable substances are petrol, alcohol, liquefied petroleum gas, that is LPG. Hope now you have better understand about the complete process of combustion and the term ignition temperature, students. So this was about today's class, and the further content will be continued in the next class. Thank you.